Okay guys, so let's work on this new room. I'm pretty new with AD certificate templates, so I'm actually working on creating this list here. Let's first start from the introduction, start the machine. This room explores the Active Directory Certificate Service ADCS and the misconfigurations seen with certificate templates. Research done and released as a white paper by Spectre Ops showed that it was possible to exploit misconfigured certificate templates for privilege escalation and lateral movement. Based on the severity of the misconfiguration, it could possibly allow any low privilege user on the AD domain to escalate their privilege to that of an enterprise domain admin with just a few clicks. This room provides a walkthrough on how to enumerate misconfigured templates and create privilege escalation exploits using them. The room is based heavily on the research done by Spectre Ops, but only covers a single exploit path for certificates. For more information on ADS exploitation, please check their white paper. So, Spectre Ops. Let's go put this in our resources. We can read more about this. Let's have this to, I'm going to add a new bookmarks toolbar, and I'm going to go and create a new let's say ADS, or let's say research or reading materials. Reading materials will be a good term for this, so this I can always go back to that. Once we go to THM tools, here we have reading materials, right? So here, start the VM to begin the room. You will be using RDP to connect, so make sure to either use the THM VPN or attack box and then RDP with RDP client as Remina. So we have our Remina here. Allow 5 minutes. I'm not sure if this will be already up because we're waiting for at least 5 minutes. Let's try to connect. I think this is going to be a window machine, perhaps. Let's go take note of our information here, so we can try to copy this all. Let's complete this. Last connection to RDP server. How do we connect this? Domain lunareroka.com. Okay, how do we do that in Remina? Okay, so we have THM password 1 at lunar.eruka.com. Let's try to enter it. Now let's look at the brief. So it is a Windows system. Windows Active Directory AD is not just for identity and access management, but provides a significant amount of services to help you run and manage your organization. A lot of these services are less commonly known or used, meaning they are often overlooked when security hardening is performed. One of the services is the Active Directory Certificate Service ADCS. When talking about certificates, we usually only think about the most common ones, such as those used to upgrade website traffic to HTTPS, but these are usually only used for applications that the organization exposes to the internet. What about all those applications running on the internal network? Do we now have to give them internet access to allow them to request a certificate from a trusted certificate authority? Well, not really. Cue ADCS. ADCS is Microsoft's public key infrastructure (PKI) implementation. Since AD provides a level of trust in an organization, it can be used as a CA to prove and delegate trust. AD certificates is used for several things such as encrypting file systems, creating and verifying digital signatures, and even user authentication, which makes it a promising avenue for attackers. What makes it an even more dangerous attack vector is that certificates can survive credential rotation, meaning even if a compromised account's password is reset, that will do nothing to invalidate the maliciously generated certificate, providing persistent credential theft for up to 10 years. The diagram below shows what the flow for certificate request and generation looks like, taken from the Spectre Ops white paper. Client uses or computer generates public-private key pair, so the client here. Client sends a certificate request to an enterprise certificate authority server. Code sign, subject corp, user AKU, public key comp. Does the certificate template exist? Are the settings in the CSR allowed by certificate template? Is the user allowed to enroll for a certificate? Code sign template, code signing, enrollment permission. The main users requires approval. No. Certificate authority. I think that's correct. CA is certificate authority. CA generates a certificate and signs it using a CA privacy key. We have the certificate. Your client stores certificate in Windows Certificate Store and uses to perform actions allowed by the certificate authentication, code signing, etc. Since ADCS is such a privileged function, it normally runs on selected domain controllers, meaning normal users can't really interact with the service directly. On the other side of the coin, organizations tends to be too large to have an administrator create and distribute each certificate manually. This is where certificate templates come in. Administrators of ADCS can create several templates that can allow any user with the relevant permission to request a certificate themselves. These templates have parameters that say which user can request the certificate and what is required. What Spectre Ops has found was that specific combinations of these parameters can be incredibly toxic and be abused for privilege escalation and persistent access. Before we dive deeper into certificate abuse, some terminology we should be aware of is PKI. Public Key Infrastructure is a system that manages certificates and public key encryption. Active Directory Certificate Services is Microsoft Public Key Infrastructure implementation, which usually runs on domain controllers. That's why we have a domain controller option. Certificate authorities is a public key infrastructure issues certificates. Certificate template, a collection of settings and policies that defines how and when a certificate may be used by a certificate authority. CSR is a certificate signing request, is a message sent to a certificate authority to request a signed certificate. Extended enhanced key usage are object identifiers that define how a generated certificate may be used. So we're done with this. What does the user create to ask the certificate authority for a service? Certificate service template, that's CSR, certificate signing request. Let's just copy that. I'm sure this is it. Okay, that's correct. What is the name of the Microsoft PKI AD Active Directory Certificate Services? Okay, certificate template enumeration. So we're going to look for some information here. The first step in this path is to enumerate all certificate templates to identify vulnerable ones and understand what is required to exploit them. Luckily, Windows has some awesome built-in tools that can be used to enumerate all certificate templates and their associated policies. The most common approach is to use certutil. If we have access to a domain-joined computer and are authenticated to domain, we can execute the following command in a command window to enumerate all certificates and store them in a file. So we can go and use this command here. You should get an output like this in the text file. Okay. The command will provide a bunch of output that may be difficult to read, but we are looking for some key indicators that will tell us that one of the templates is vulnerable. In the output, each template is denoted by template X parameter. There we go, we have template 1. The specific toxic parameter set that we are looking for is one that has the following: a template where we have the relevant permission to request a certificate or where we have an account with those permission, a template that allows client authentication, meaning we can use it for Kerberos authentication, a template that allows us to alter the subject alternative name or SAN. Template that allows us. So these are the three things that we would want to look for. Toxic certificates. Relevant permission. We need to have the permission to generate certificate requests in order for this exploit to work. We are essentially looking for a template where our user has either allow enroll or allow full control permission. You'll probably never find a certificate where you have the full allow control permission. However, if you do, congratulations! You can misconfigure the template yourself to make it vulnerable. But for now, let's focus on allow enroll. It is not as simple as just grepping through the output of the keywords allow enroll in your AD account, since certificate template permissions are in most cases assigned to AD groups, not directly to AD users. So you will have to grep for allow enroll keywords and review the output to see if any of the return groups match groups that your user belongs to. If you need to find your own groups, you can use this command. So we have net user and then the domain. Let's just go and put some signifier here that this is a command that we want to execute. There are two groups that will be fairly common for certificates. Domain users, this means in most cases that any authenticated user can request the certificate. Domain computers, this means that the machine account of a domain joined host can request the certificate. If we have admin rights over any machine, we can request the certificates on behalf of the machine account. However, it is usually wise to review all certificate permissions, as it might point you in the direction of an account that will be in your reach to compromise. Parameter 2, or client authentication. Once we've shortened the list of certificate templates that we are allowed to request, the next step is to ensure that the certificate has the client authentication, or EKU. This EKU means that the certificate can be used for Kerberos authentication. There are other ways to exploit certificates, but for this room, this EKU will be the primary focus. Therefore, for now, we are only interested in the certificates that allow client authentication, meaning the certificate will be granted given that we are authenticated user on the machine requesting the certificate. To find this, we need to review the EKU properties of the template and ensure that the words client authentication provided other templates that do not match this. For now, we can discard parameter 3, client specifies SAN. Lastly, but definitely not least, we need to verify that the template allows us to certificate client to specify the subject alternative name SAN. The SAN is usually something like the URL of the website that we are looking to encrypt. For example, thm.com. However, if we have the ability to control the subject alternative name, we can leverage the certificate to actually generate a Kerberos ticket for any AD account of our choosing. To find this template, we grep for the city flag subject property flag. This is another command. Should be set to 1. This indicates that we can specify the SAN ourselves. Okay, so let's just get the full term here so that we won't need to get back there. If we find the template where all 3 of these conditions are met, then we are in business and are a few clicks away from full enterprise admin rights. It should be noted that there are other conditions, as we like the fact that we want a certificate that does not go through an approval process to limit human intervention. But the full list of these parameters are not covered here simply because by default the initial certification template generation makes the template vulnerable. These additional template restrictions and EKUs are discussed at length in this white paper. What AD group will allow all AD user accounts to request a certificate? AD group client authentication. AD group. What is an AD group? So we're looking for is this, let's see here, we have domain users and domain computers, right? Domain users, let's see if that's the correct answer first. Okay, so that is the correct answer. So we have domain users and domain computers. So these are the AD group will allow all domain joined computers to request a certificate. Let's see if this is the correct answer. That is the correct answer. which AKU allows you to use to generate certificates for Kerberos. We have that client authentication EKU. Okay, so that's for the Kerberos. Based on the 3 provided parameters, which certificate template is misconfigured? Answer. Based on the 3 provided parameters. Cancel. So what do we have here? Oh bye. Let's remove that. So are we going to use CMD here? So what are we looking for here? We know that we can try to net user. Let's first try to run the command. What does this command do again? Okay, so we're going to put them in a file. We're redirecting templates.txt. We're using certutil -v verbose, is that verbose, -template, and we're redirecting it to certtemplates.txt. Let's first try this out because that's the first instruction here. Let's see if that will work. Which certificate template is misconfigured based on the 3 provided parameters? Client specifies SAN, client. So we have 3 parameters, right? So we have 3 parameters. We have relevant permissions, client authentication, and the client specifies SAN. And we are reviewing EKU properties here. We are checking out relevant permission using netuser.name here. But why isn't this working for me? Just because we don't have any internet connection. Okay, PIR. We have that cat cert templates. Okay, so how do we check this out? How do we display this on the screen again? Okay, so we have this. Oh wait, this is a lot of information for us. Can we increase the size here? Symmetric algorithms. What are we looking for here? I'm totally not sure what we're looking for here. We have city flag. These are a lot of information. We have allow enroll or allow full control, but we're specifically looking for an allow enroll. Net user, it is not simple as just collecting through the output. The output to see if any of the returning groups match groups that your users belong to. If you need to find your own groups, you can use this net user username domain. Who are we? Who am I? We are THM. Lunar THM. So, what do we need to do here? What do we need to do here? Allow enroll. Template property security. We have. So what is the certificate template? Let's try to do the grep command. Grep is not recognized as an internal. Grep command in Windows. Finster. So will be Finster. I think I made a Finster command. Let's see here. How do we do that? Let's Control C dist. This is the city flag. Will this work? I'm not familiar with the grab the output of a netset command for a specific port. We have Pincer C# port. What is the flags that we can use here? We have some flags here. We have dash I, case sensitive, insensitive. So use string as a literal search string without this option. File search string contains multiple words separated with spaces, then fins will return lines that contain either word or. So this is going to be a regular expression. Shell shack for reading materials. And it's not providing us with any information for. So how do we look for that key flag here? Which certificate template is misconfigured based on the 3 provided parameters? Kerberos authentication. Client authentication. We have template 2, EFS. Let's try to run through here. We have, how do we know what templates? Template 0. What are we looking for here? Let me just run through this. These are all new to me. I haven't really tried this out before, so we'll just have to scan through it. We have allow enroll lunar domain admins, enterprise admins, but the number of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11 words, or 4 words and then 11 words. What are we looking for here? Auto enrollment. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's too many words. City flag auto. 20 enrollment. Auto seems to be a flag. Pop privilege key flags. Flag attest. Flag default. Full control. So I'm just guessing for now. What are we looking for here? What template are we looking for? We have 3 parameters. Flag enrollee, Mhm. Here's EKUs. What could we be looking for here? Okay, I'm really not that sure about what we are looking for here. So machine type, add template name, flag is default. Lunar is only full control. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, but that's still not yet the answer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Allow enroll. Anti-author read authority authenticated users. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, that's not yet either. This is an Active Directory. We want to filter out using client specify SAN, client authentication, client relevant permission, Active Directory. Active Directory certificate services, overview, certificate templates. How do we smart card authentication? How do we get there? Oh, PowerShell. So he's using PowerShell here. Can we try to use PowerShell? Let's see if PowerShell will be grep. Nice trying. LDP can. Who am I? Let's see. Who am I? Who am I? That did work. Get LDAP current user. See what will this be doing? Hmm. Spotify.exe. Let's try this out. We have the HM tools. What's in there? Rubius.exe. What does that contain? Rubius. What did that do? Allow enroll or allow for we need to have permission to generate certificate requests in order for the enroll. We are essentially looking for a template where our user has either the allow enroll or allow full control permission. Allow enroll keywords in the video output to see if any of the return groups match groups that are so here we have allow enroll, right? We have template 8. just trying to check out some words here. But we know that there are three parameters: relevant permission, client authentication, client specifies SAN. But how do we find that template? How can we filter out templates here? I'm not that sure yet with what templates are. What are we looking for here? Am I looking for it in the right location? Net user. Let's try net user THM. We are under domain users. Domain users. How do we identify what template are we looking for here? We are part of global group memberships, remote desktop users. So once we've shortened the list of certificate templates, we are allowed to request the next steps. Client authentication. This IQ means that the certificate can be used for Kerberos authentication. This IQ will be the primary. Therefore, for now, we are only interested in certificate. Allow client authentication. How to find EKU properties of a template? Command client set location path, local machine root. What are we looking for here? Get shield item. Current user. So we need to So do we need to go to PowerShell? How do we use this? Certification authority. What are we looking for here? Certificate templates. We have certification authority. Okay, we do have some certificate templates here. We have user request. So let's try to check that out, if that word will be it. User request. And that is the correct one. So we got that, guys. So we just had to look for that cert serve certification authority command, and then we will be able to find all of the certificate templates that we have here. So we have the following certificate templates, and that's how we were able to find that answer. So we know that user request is 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? Let's activate this, and let's also go and try to add another R. So perhaps I'll continue with this tomorrow. At least I was able to answer 1, 2, and 3 questions for this afternoon, or I think it's already evening here.